Formula 1 made its long-awaited return to Mexico last weekend after a year away, and while there was a fiesta atmosphere in the grandstands, on track, the fight for victory was quite a one-sided contest. It may have been a far cry from the strategic thrill of Austin or the late-rain chaos in Russia, but the Mexico City Grand Prix was nevertheless another important chapter in the story of this year's championship fight. Max Verstappen took another step towards his first F1 crown with a crushing win against Lewis Hamilton, delivering one of the most dominant drives of the season as he crossed the line 16 seconds clear of the field. It was an important response from Red Bull after Mercedes had surprisingly locked out the front row of the grid in qualifying. But just how did Verstappen win by such a big margin? Red Bull entered the weekend as the favourite for victory because of how it has performed at high downforce tracks so far this season. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez may not look like a layout where grip would be important with its long straights, but at more than 2,000 metres of altitude, the thin air means that the setup requirements are similar to that of Monaco or Hungary. Mercedes hasn't been able to match Red Bull when it comes to high downforce setups this season, meaning it always looks set to struggle in the race. Toto Wolff noted afterwards that even if Verstappen hadn't passed both of his cars for the lead at Turn 1, the Red Bull would have driven circles around Mercedes because its pace advantage was so big. But that Turn 1 moment was also critical for Verstappen's win. Those of you who watched the start will have been in awe of just how late Verstappen was able to get on the brakes before swinging his Red Bull into the corner to grab the lead away. It was something Verstappen had actually practiced on his laps to the grid, pulling as far to the left as possible to use the added grip on the racing line. When Valtteri Bottas failed to block him off and left room for them to go 3 wide into Turn 1, Verstappen knew exactly where he had to aim for. He admitted afterwards that he was really on the edge with the late braking move, but got it done to the delight of the Red Bull garage, surely one of the overtaking moves of the season so far. Now, before we get onto the rest of Verstappen's victory in Mexico, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this series, Partypoker, who currently have a special sign-up offer. If you go to the link in the description and open a new account and deposit £10 or more today, Partypoker will match you on deposits up to £400 and give you £40 worth of free play. Naturally, this is only available if you are over 18 and T&Cs apply. Please be gamble aware and play responsibly. Now, back on track in Mexico, and with the lead secured, Verstappen was able to check out and comfortably put a big gap between himself and Lewis Hamilton behind. With all of the top 10 starting on mediums, it was a straightforward one-stop race, but Hamilton appeared to struggle more with tyre wear than the Red Bulls due to the warmer conditions on race day. With home favourite Sergio Perez lurking less than 2 seconds behind, Hamilton knew he had to pit soon or risk being undercut. Hamilton came in for a set of hards on the lap 29, but looked at risk of losing the place to Perez when he emerged behind Charles Leclerc and lost time on his outlap. But Red Bull opted against immediately responding, instead keeping Perez out to create a tyre delta. Once Verstappen pitted on lap 33, it also gave Perez the honour of being the first Mexican driver to lead his home race in Formula 1. Perez eventually pitted on lap 40, coming out 9 seconds behind Hamilton, but the tyre advantage meant Perez quickly caught up, closing to within 1 second to gain DRS in the final stages of the race. But the same factors that play to Red Bull's strengths in Mexico also made it so hard to follow other cars closely without overheating the car because of the thin air. It meant no matter how much Perez tried, he simply couldn't get close enough to Hamilton to try and overtake, meaning the Mercedes driver held on for second place. A long way up the road though, Verstappen had no such issues. He was even able to engage in some gamesmanship to try and stop Bottas taking the fastest lap away without compromising his lead, and he have ended the race 16 seconds clear at the front. He's now 19 points ahead in the championship, meaning Max Verstappen has all of the momentum as we head into the final 4 races of the 2021 season. That was the winning formula for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Please be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below on Verstappen's win, and we'll see you again after the Sao Paulo Grand Prix this weekend.